Greetings and welcome to Module 2 of the Civil Rights 101 training course. In this lesson, we will learn the statutory authority extension is subject to as a recipient of federal financial assistance through the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, USDA NIFA. This presentation has been collaboratively brought to you by Dr. Kenitra Keeney, along with the support of the University of Wisconsin-Madison Extension's Office for Access, Inclusion, and Compliance. There are 4 modules in the Civil Rights 101 training series. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. In the summer of 1964, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act into law. Considered to be the landmark and most comprehensive piece of civil rights legislation in the United States, it created a framework to ensure that people who were historically discriminated against received equal opportunities under the law. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act specifically focuses on programs and activities that receive federal financial assistance. Title VI states no person in the United States shall, on the grounds of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation in, being denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Over the years, subsequent legislations has built upon and strengthened the fundamental protections of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Another applicable law includes Title IX, passed as part of the Education Amendments Act in 1972. This law prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex. The law states, no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. The next law is Section 504 of the 1973 Rehabilitation Act, was the first disability civil rights law to be enacted in the United States. It prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities in programs that receive federal financial assistance and set the stage for enactment of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Passed in 1990 and amended in 2008, the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, expanded civil rights for persons with disabilities, including requiring accessibility in public places and reasonable accommodations in employment. The Age Discrimination Act of 1975 prohibits discrimination on the basis of age in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance. Over the years, civil rights cases have interpreted civil rights law to apply to characteristics flowing from the protected classes, such as limited English proficiency tied to national origin. For example, Executive Order 13166. Executive Order 13166 refers to limited English proficiency, or LEP. This executive order directs that recipients of federal financial assistance must provide meaningful access to ensure that the programs and activities they normally provide in English are accessible to LEP persons, and thus do not discriminate on the basis of national origin in violation of Title VI. It is important to note that civil rights legislation also includes protection from discrimination intended to retaliate against people who make civil rights complaints. This protection also extends to individuals who indirectly participate in a complaint, such as being a witness. Let's review the main topics of this module. The main points to remember are: the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is the landmark civil rights legislation in the United States. Title VI specifically focuses on programs and activities that receive federal financial assistance. Like extension, this law prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin. Subsequent legislation added protections on the basis of sex, age, and disability. These include Title IX, the Age Discrimination Act of 1975, the Americans with Disabilities Acts, or ADA. This has been a quick overview of the civil rights laws that apply to programs, services, and activities offered by extension. Please continue to Module 3. Thank you.